like to think of yourself as a good person? But then would you like to think of yourself as a bad person? I think if I was going to give you the opportunity to answer that question honestly, what you would probably say is that you do the best that you can to be as good as often as possible. And there are those occasions that sometimes you make a mistake and you get something wrong. But most of the time, you're actually quite ordinary. And this is one of those things that gets me really curious. You see, we take something so complex, like the value we place on ourselves in society, and we boil it down into just two options. Either you're a good person, or you're a bad person. And as we all know, we want to be over here. We want to be good people. We want that label. And we know this because we tell ourselves stories as evidence to say we are good. Stories like that yogurt pot that you didn't put in the kitchen bin. Oh no, you washed that up. You put it in the recycling bin. You're a good person. But the trouble is, we also know that if we can achieve this label of good person, we believe that we could be assigned this label of bad person. And as we've just demonstrated, we don't want to be over here. We want to be over there. So we had to tell ourselves more stories so we can stay in the camp of good person. And the problem with this is that it stops us from taking risks. It stops us from stepping outside of our comfort zones and being prepared to make those mistakes. And this is the challenge that I had when I had my first management role. So you might not know this about me, but I spent 10 years working on oil refineries. And as a woman in that environment, let's just say it was character building. Yeah, you know, right? So when I had the opportunity to put my own team together, I was absolutely sure that I was going to make sure my team was going to be as inclusive as possible. So I brought together a team of people that were representative of multiple genders and multiple ethnicities. And I had the only team in my entire organisation that could say that. Actions of a good person, right? Except, even though I had brought together this diverse group of people, I wasn't asking some of the questions that I knew that I should be asking. Questions like, what was it like for my team members who were racialised as black and brown to report into me, someone racialised as white, in an organisation where they were still representative of the only? And if I'm being honest, the reason that I wasn't asking those questions is because I was scared. I was scared that I would say the wrong thing. I was scared I might say something racist and that would make me a bad person. And I wasn't a bad person. I brought this team of people together. I was a good person. I had put my yogurt pot in the recycling. What I'd also done is I had put my ego and my comfort ahead of the needs of my team member. Is that really the actions of a good person? And then, did that make me a bad person? And it was in sitting in the excruciating frustration of this dichotomy that I realised, and this moment wasn't just pivotal in my career, it was pivotal in my life. I could let go of those labels of good person and bad person. I could just show up as me. Ordinary, imperfect, human. And in realising this, I knew that I could have the conversations that I wanted to have, knowing that if I did say the wrong thing and put my foot in it, it wasn't going to be the end of the conversation. It could be the start. Now, my time with you here is almost up. So what I would like to ask of you is this. What if you were also able to get rid of those labels of good person and get rid of the labels of bad person? And you were just going to show up as yourself, ordinary, imperfect, human. What is the one conversation that you would like to have? Who is it that you would be having that conversation with? And when will you have it? Thank you.